a man will be proud to say that is, well, a sane man that is very secure will be proud that that is my wife. She's conquering the world. Men themselves will say they want peace, right? And when I Google this, I didn't see peace there. Peace is not part of what Google expects. And I'm thinking, does that mean men does not want peace? Because any random man that you see and ask that, what do you want in a marriage? It will be like, I want a peaceful home. I want a woman that will give me peace. And for me, I think a peace, you cannot have peace. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Jimmy here, Beyond Braids. I'm excited to be back always. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you like what you see. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you are not new, thank you so much for coming back. I am honored to have you on my channel. Please don't forget to engage my content. Thank you. Today I want to talk about this topic. What do men gain in marriage? It's sad how institution of marriage have been so degraded, if I can put it that way. Like, there's so many people that are hurting, that maybe they deal with people that are not kind to them, or their marriage does not work, and then they have to, come on social media, this era of social media, and then start demoralizing marriage, talk about, oh, don't do this, men has come, all of that, and so everybody is just trying to check, like, why am I even doing this? And for me, I want to focus on men. When men will look at, I work, especially when men grow to old age, and then they are thinking, what's the point? And some people will say, don't marry one wife, marry two, marry three, marry four, so that at the end of the day, at your old age, all of them cannot turn against you, or all of them cannot suddenly turn to witch. In one sermon, someone said, if you think she's a witch, why didn't she kill you when you were sleeping? Let me get serious. So today I want to look into, like, when men say, what do we gain from marriage? I'm just going to work for money, come back from at evening, work, pay bill. At the end of the day, what did I get? So I want to first of all start from Google. Google is your friend. Let's Google. Because I believe that will be centralized regardless of culture and all of that. That's like a general answer. Well, it's also based on my location. So this is America. Let's say what Google say based on my location. What men gain from marriage. Men can benefit from marriage in many ways, including financial, health, and companionship. Financial, for me, in a way that now we have two income. Instead of you staying single alone, and paying, if your house rent is $1,000, you are married, you have a wife, well, depends on if your wife is working, but at least you should have gain financially. If your wife is working, you are able to share the bills, not 50-50 not 50-50, but she's able to at least help, right? So that it can be comfortable for you. And then the next one is health. Overall, two people being together, even if this is not marriage, if it is just friendship, there is this goodness or joy or whatever, I don't know how to explain it, that comes with being two instead of one. Even Bible complement that, like, if one fall, there is another one that will pick him up. When it is cold, you have someone to rub your body with. There is, in general, there is this happiness that both of you supposed to have together, right? And so there's financial, there's health, and there's companionship, of course. So you don't have to do life alone. Life can be very lonely if you are the only one. Imagine coming from work, there is all these hot gist that you want to gist. Imagine gisting with your friend compared to gisting with your wife. I hope you guys are friends and you are able to, did you know that man I told you? Did you remember that woman? All those gists. Some people can relate. I'm a boy partner. I just come and gist, and you go to. There's so much to do together, and that is partnership. So let's read down. So according to numerous research articles, married men are overall happier, healthier and wealthier than their single counterparts. Now, of course, this does not mean every married man is superior in wealth, happiness, and mental health than every single man, but overall it does. This is what Google says, that you people benefit from marrying. You have financial, gain, you have health gain, and then you have companionship gain, right? So from my own perspective, I believe that carrying your name, and I know this is not in general, but from my own culture, if you get married, you start to bear the name of your husband, even if you want to hide your father's name. Let me put mine as an example, or let me use a general name as an example. Imagine my name is Adiola Adebowale, and I marry the name that I want to come into my head, and I marry Tokunbo Adegoke. All right, so my name can be Adiola Adebowale. What did I call my last name again? Adiola Adebowale Adegoke. You see, I retain my last name and my husband's name. Some people might just want to just pick their own name and their husband's last name. So a whole human being walking all around, doing life with your name, for me, I think that is a gain, right? There's this message that this woman, what is her name again? I remember Mrs. Ibukwa, and anytime she go for preaching or she go for interview, and then whenever they ask her, how is your husband managing all this, your success, I'm like, my husband is not idle, and whatever I have is to his name. You know, when they will call me Ibukwa, that is his name, not my name. Like every glory I get, it's like it's subjected to his name. Everything I own belongs, indirectly to him, because when they are calling my name, they are calling his name. Like I'm under him, and anything that comes to me is still on. Like a man will be proud to say that is, a sane man that is very secure will be proud that that is my wife. She's conquering the world. I believe that is one gain, when both men and women are able to pour into each other, and we are able to say, yes, we are growing, we are achieving together. This is a supposedly healthy marriage, right? When the man is healthy, right? This is what you gain when you have a very healthy marriage. You have a woman that is trying, even if she's at home, not working, she's raising your next generation. Provided that you guys have children already, she's raising your children that will bear your name. Yoruba will say, "Orúkọ rere ó sàn ju wúrà àti fàdákà lọ." A good name is better than gold and silver. She's raising your next generation that will bear your name. And imagine where that name can go to. You don't know how far or how far that name can go to. You don't know the plans that God have in stock for you, for your children, for your generation to come. So to even go far in life, you need a woman that you can build with, right? That will bet your seed, that will continue your legacy. This is part of what men gain from marriages. Regardless of how bastardized marriage has become now, and men think they don't have anything to gain. This is one of it, whereby you give birth, then your son become an engineer, the first black man to do this, that is part of what you gain. A woman, carry that seed in her womb, and either she stayed at home to build those seed, or either she's working and she's still taking time to make sure that those seed grow to the point of both of you are like, yes, we did this. So that is one of the things. Your name, you have someone to carry your name in that marriage, and then give birth to another generation. So the first one that I would say is name, and then the next one that I would say is men themselves will say they want peace, right? And when I Google this, I didn't see peace there. Peace is not part of what Google expects. And I'm thinking, does that mean men does not want peace? Because any random man that you see and ask that, what do you want in a marriage? It will be like, I want a peaceful home. I want a woman that will give me peace. And for me, I think a peace, you cannot have peace. Please listen to the... Don't judge yet. You cannot have peace in an environment that is not peaceful. You can be wishing, or your expectation is, I want peace. You have to be a person of peace, working with another person of peace in order for peace to reign, right? If your behavior is not peaceful, even if the woman is bringing peace, you will not be able to see it, because your state of mind, your mindset, you are just a very troubled person. So if you're peaceful, you are able to see peace, you know, from the lens of what you see. So imagine if there's an incident now, the very first thing I see about that incident is the state of my mind. Imagine when a story broke out, let's say a story broke out on internet, and what your first response to that story, either it is a bad news or it's a good news, is the state of your mind. Imagine they posted, oh, somebody divorced. If your first reaction is, yeah, yes, they started again, that is the state of your mind. That is not even about what the woman has done. That is not about what the story is all about, because when a story comes into social media, you don't have the facts. The story that comes, you cannot even verify. I have problem with F. You cannot verify it if it is true. The person that is bringing it, you don't know if they are telling the truth. You don't know if they are lying, but immediately your judgment is, all those women, you are not even receiving, you know, your sentiments to say, what if you don't have any compassion in your heart to say, let's hear from the other person, or I find it hard to believe. The state of your mind is what you will use to interpret it. So in essence, what I'm saying is, if you're asking for peace, if you are a very peaceful person, you will see you will see peace. Peace will come. Even if you marry a very troublesome woman, it will get to a level where the craziness of that woman will not have choice than to bow. Like, you will even be fighting this man, he will not fight you back. You will even be doing anything, it's just there, you know. But if you are a very troublesome person, if the woman is very peaceful, it's very easy for you to just even take a peace for granted, to say you are Mumu, you are Kineko, and just be walking all over her. But if you to ask for peace, you have to be a man of peace. And I know this is very, you know, loaded. It's a very loaded talk, right? So men, they will say they want peace. Google say you do not want peace. You just have to be a man of peace in yourself. Have peace, and then you will see peace all around you. You know, the Bible say, I cannot go without saying, the Bible say, follow peace with all men, without which no man shall see God. Peace is so important, and what we have determined in our mind to set our eyes on, that is how, you know, the world will look to us. If I decide to see peace in regardless of, or if I decide to see good in any situation, no matter how bad it is, people will be looking at you like, are you okay? You know, I know what is going on is bad, but I just decide to, you know, hold on to this part. I think this will be my last point. What men gain in marriage is they have a friend, they have a life partner, they have companionship, according to Google. If you have a very good marriage, it is, and if not that, there's been so many dysfunction in the world, you can see, even if they are faking it, you can see an idea of what some other men are gaining from their marriage. And it is not a function of it just drop on their lap. They have worked so far to reach where they got to. They have worked so much to get to in their old age, they are able to reap what they sow. And that will bring me to say, if man think during their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, they are just working, there's nothing to show for it. At old age, and I would think that I would say it is both women and men that gain from this, which is at that very old age, you are able to, you know, if you have children, you are laboring. Both of you are laboring, but I don't know, it might not be the same level of labor, but part of the gain you will have if I don't know, regardless, part of the gain that you have is seeing your children grow, seeing your children successful. And also, if you still have your wife by your side at that old age, it is beautiful. Did you see all those random picture or be no all yes they can be picture but video mostly of this grown old people that at the end they will be asking them, how long have you been married? They will say 54, they will say 60. Isn't that beautiful? Like, you labor so much at the very early days of your life, and then at the end of the day, we don't know if you're gonna grow so old. But I mean, we hope that we grow old and have a good and healthy life to reap all the sacrifices that we have made. And you don't know how long you're gonna live, so it will not be okay to keep living everything. I don't even know why I'm even doing all these sacrifices. I don't even know what I will gain from it. You will gain a lot. You will gain a lot, and that is provided if you are able to manage all that has been in your care, like your wife, your children, your business, everything at the old age. That is a legacy. Imagine living your 30s, 40s, saying because men don't gain anything in marriage, and then you just do not want to marry, you don't want to have kids, you don't. At your old age, did you ever envision what that would look like? When you are, building, you cannot see the beauty of that house until you finish. All those 30, 40, 50, 60 is like building. And by the time you finish building, the end is always very beautiful. But if you come when they lay foundation, it look very rough when they start putting the block. So rough does not, and that is what it's looking like now. I will see men that are not, persevering to say they want to keep going, or like, there's nothing there for me. You wouldn't know until. But I just think that men understand that their sacrifices is not a one that they get reward immediately. Their sacrifices is not the one that they see their reward immediately. Thereby they are discouraged from sacrificing, because it is usually towards the end. And again, even before that end, right? Even before that end, your daily work, everything you're doing that leads you to that old age is what will give you joy, give you peace, give you encouragement to keep going. And at the end of the day, you see it's like you plant a flower that eventually bloom. But the work that you will do, it will be a lot, and it will determine the kind of results that you get. So for me, I have 2 boys, and I wouldn't want them to think that there is nothing in marriage for them, so hence they don't want to marry. No. You are going to work. You work for like a week or 2 weeks before you get your salary. When you're still working every day, your money is accumulating. Some people work monthly, they get paid monthly. You keep working. There's something. You get salary at the end of the month. And you have a wife that is bearing your name. You have a wife that is nurturing your seed, that will carry on with your legacy if you have any, that will carry on with your legacy, that will become so great in future, because the plan of God for all of us are of good and not of evil. And there's so much to gain, and we are at the end of the world. And anyway, the world is coming to an end, so everything is just turning upside down. But in the real fact of it is, men are the end of the family. The whole family belongs to you. What else did you want to gain? Please, if you are a man and you are looking at this, am I wrong? The peace you're looking for is within you. If you are a man of peace, you will attract peace. If you are trouble, you can even destroy someone that is very peaceful with your trouble. But I hope you found peace. I hope you see that your labor is not in vain. That you might not see it now, but in future you'll see it is worth investing in marriage if you want to. But I hope you're encouraged and know that your sacrifices for your family, for yourself, because what you're doing for your family, you are doing for yourself. That is your name. But we have men that don't even build their own name. They are destroying their own name. So how would they think that your name is very important, very important. That's the name you're giving to your wife, the name you're giving to your children. So you're working on that name, and you have a partner that is working on it with you and ensuring that anywhere this name is being mentioned, it will be for good. It will be that we're doing amazing. You can't get to that point on your own. Imagine you did not get married. There's no multiplication. There is no body to say, oh yeah, this is all, only you. And you can do great by yourself, but I mean, you can do much more better if you get married, you have a wife, you do what you are supposed to do in the marriage. Save, be responsible, bear children, multiply, and watch your kids grow. Watch God bless them. Watch God bless your the space of husband's house, husbandry, husband of the house is just so. And if these people understand their position, there wouldn't even be people crying over around like, oh, I cannot submit. I don't know. That is even in another. I enter another topic entirely. This is too long. Let me stop. Men, you are doing amazing. We love you. There is so much for you in marriage if done right. Because there's so much for you in marriage. Yeah, there's so much gain. It might not be instant gain, but it's a very long-term gain that you will be looking back. Remember all those days that you were, I won't say suffering, that you're sacrificing, and now you see that result, and you're grateful. You live a good life, a well life lived, a good life lived. What English is that? I don't know. I have come to the end of this video. I hope you're encouraged. I hope whatever that is going on in the world right now is not discouraging you from being the man that you're supposed to be, and God help you. I have come to the end of this video again. I don't want to go. I enjoyed this so much because I have 2 boys, and I hope that they excel. I will see them in future and be proud of them. I'm going to see you in my next video. Please take care of yourself. Bye.